All right, chapter 9 is on the basic terms of a circle, and a lot of these definitions shouldn't seem very new, but there are some ones that we will talk about during the course of the chapter that you may want to refresh your memory about. So, what is a circle? A circle is a set of points that has a given distance from that point, and the center of the circle is also the name of the circle. So if it's center point O, then it's also circle O or circle P or whatever the center point is. That's how we name the circle. The radius is from the center point to any point on the edge of the circle, or the distance between the point and the actual circle. Here are the three definitions that we just discussed. Some more terms. We have a chord. A chord with this blue line here. A chord is a segment which has endpoints that are on the circle. A secant is a line that connects through 2 points in the circle. And a secant is simply a chord, but instead of a segment it being a line, it continues in both directions. And the diameter is a chord also, but it also passes through the center of the circle. Tangents. Tangents are lines that have an intersection point on just one point of the circle. That point is called a point of tangency. Spheres are all sets of points in a space, so it's no longer a two-dimensional figure or on one plane, but on many planes, where a sphere has multiple circles, which is the set of all points in the space with the point starting in the center. All right, take a second, hit pause, and answer questions 1 through 9 regarding the terms that we've just discussed. All right, congruent circles or spheres have the same radius. So the radii of two circles, if those radii are congruent, then the circles or spheres are congruent as well. Concentric circles. Concentric circles lie in the same plane, so they have to be on the flat surface. Otherwise, it would look like one of those wind chimes that you might see hanging out of your neighbor's house or something. Circles that lie in the same plane and also have the same center, concentric circles. Concentric spheres, same idea, are spheres that have the same center. The terms inscribed and circumscribed are two terms that the prefixes give away what is happening to the figure. A polygon, the triangle, the square, the pentagon, and so on, are inscribed, meaning they're inside, inscribed in a circle, and the circle is circumscribed about, not around, but about the polygon. The one requirement that we have for this inscribed polygon is that all vertices must touch one part of the circle. If they don't, then it is not considered inscribed. It's just another polygon, but it is definitely have to be all vertices have to touch one part of the circle. Hit pause and answer questions 10 through 16 right now. Looking at example 2 on the back, we have a circle, and in that circle we have an angle that's created from the center point, and it creates a triangle. The triangle has some information where the radius is 6, and our job is to try to find x, given the fact that the measurement of the angle is 120 right there. So, if you look at the example, they draw an altitude from the center point down to the other line where x is, and they create a right angle. Knowing that 120 is a special kind of right triangle, we can create a 30, 60, 90 triangle, and from there we cut 120 in half, obviously using that piece right here as the two 60-degree angles, making 6 the hypotenuse, making this the short leg, and making this right here 3, making the larger leg 3 root 3, and making x 6 root 3 as you see in the example. Take a second, hit pause and answer questions 17 through 20 right now. Applying one of the definitions that we've just learned or talked about, see if you can figure out which one of those applies to these shapes. How about this shape? Finally, how about this shape? What would best describe these three images? 3 different vocabulary words, possibly? How about this one? Or the next two? How about this one? And last question. Bring in the questions from 1 through 20 with the worksheet. And if you have any questions as well, bring those for next class.